Y'all see this right here? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a used, I repeat, a used 3.6 Pentastar engine, second generation. Now, y'all remember the minivan I checked out that apparently hydrolocked. The customer drove it through a puddle of water, and maybe water may have gotten into the intake system and made its way down to the combustion area, the cylinder. And as y'all know, you cannot compress water. That's right. You can't. Oh, look at that. Look at that, y'all. Whoa. Yes, they are right. Look at all that water coming out of that intake. Whoa, it's still coming out. I'm glad I had the recorder running. Water made its way to the intake manifold and possibly inside the engine, y'all. Now, hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. Got the whoa! Good Lord. Wow. Well, obviously the insurance company had a change of mind. This is what they brought me now. I have to look this thing over. Anytime you get a used engine like this, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend that you look it over. Very careful. Look over things like, of course, the cat converters are missing. Look at the intake, make sure ain't nothing cracked. Look at all the pulleys, make sure they not noisy. Turn the pulleys like this. Oh, whoa, y'all see that? See, that one there is noisy. See, had I found that after putting the car together, it would have been harder for me to replace that. So check things over, man. Especially the plastic stuff. Make sure it's not cracked. All right, so let's go get our pusher. We have to get this minivan pushed inside. Let's get it. This is our pusher right here, y'all. This thing will push in 1500s, Jeeps, anything. It's a workhorse right here. Man, I don't know what we was doing before this. I don't know what we was doing without this. All right, let's go out here and get this car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have it in the shop. Man, like I say, man, only thing I can think of, the insurance company got the engine very, 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 very inexpensive. Okay, because they did a 180 on me. Like I say, I was under the impression that they totaled it out. Well, the day I come in this morning, there's an engine sitting on my stall. I have to put this in, so. I don't know. I got 15 hours to do it. That's what I wrote the estimate up. So that's what we gonna do it for. It shouldn't take me that long. Maybe a day. There's some change. All right. So guys, I have a lot of work to do. This is the van. Y'all remember the caravan that I was working on that was seized up? The insurance company was debating whether they was gonna repair it or not. Well, y'all know they changed their mind and got me an engine. So I got a used 3.6 Pentastar engine sitting over there. I'm about to install in this vehicle. I'm under the bottom of the car right now, as you can see. So I done got everything loose. So as you know, the cat converters has to come off. The whole exhaust has to come off. Okay, you know you have to separate the engine from the transmission. You know that. Now, yeah, you gotta get all the whole wire harness. Everything under the bottom has to come off. Nothing hard about it, just tedious, petty stuff. Okay, starter, of course. All the bolts to the train. I left one here. I'm finna get that loose. The transmission may split a little bit when I take it off. But now I understand. I was asked a question by a subscriber. At least I hope he's a subscriber. He's asking me what way was I gonna take it out, from the top or the bottom. Now I understand why he asked me that. If y'all remember correctly, the engine is seized up, right? So in order to remove an engine, you have to separate it from the transmission. So if the engine is seized up, how will you get all the torque converter bolts off? That is the dilemma I had.
So I never gave that much thought. I merely answered the question back. I can't think of his name, but I merely answered the question like I'm gonna take it out through the top, like I always. I forgot. Well, I wasn't thinking about it. With the engine being seized up, how will you separate it from the transmission to remove? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I fall. I thought I was going to pull this off, and whichever rod that was clanging or causing me not to turn over, I was going to just unhook it from the crankshaft. Well, I didn't have to do any of that. I mean, I fought. I took this crank bolt and just jam, beat. Finally got it to turn where I can remove all the torque converter bolts. All right, now I've seen guys take out engines with, if you're gonna do that, you have to have enough clearance to come this way. If you're gonna bring the torque converter out with it, as you can see, I don't have that much. When I come forward this way, I'm already gonna have a little space to come forward with the torque converter off. So now, unless you remove everything in the front of the engine, that's the only way you're gonna clear enough or create enough clearance to come this way to clear the torque converter to remove the engine. So you faced with a small dilemma, but unfortunately I don't have that problem because I got it loose. All the wire harness, I don't know if y'all know how this look with everything off. Like I say, the whole entire exhaust has to come off. Alright, so there you have it, guys. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna let the car down or let the van down, and we're gonna talk some more about the top end. And we're gonna get this engine out. I'm gonna try to get it out today. I'll probably install it tomorrow, but I want it out today. I got everything loose under the bottom. Like I say, I don't know if y'all know how they look when they complete versus torn apart. But alright, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go to an air brake right quick. Let me let this car down. When I get back, we're gonna be on the top end. We're gonna discuss some issues about the top end, and then I have my horse right there. We're gonna get this engine out. Alright. Y'all stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I'm back. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for staying with me. Now, I'm at the top end of the car. I have my chain hooked up. This is where I'm going to put my horse and pick this thing up out of here. Okay, the transmission is only held on right now by one bell housing bolt here and another bell housing bolt right down there. I didn't want to split the bottom end yet, or it would have started spreading. All right, so let me give you a couple of tips, guys. Make sure you use plenty of fender cover, especially in front of this radiator. I don't know how many of you guys have been bit by these radiators. Are so sensitive. You can barely touch these radiators and they'll start pissing out coolant. So normally I put a cardboard right here. That's how many I have been eaten by, tricked by, everything. So try to cover the whole front grille and try to put you some fender covers over the fenders, of course. Now I got all the wire harness off. Everything, there's not a single wire attached to the engine at this point. All the wire harness that came off of the injectors, the whole intake is off. So the only thing holding it now is this motor mount. Alright, so like I said, I have my chain hooked up right here. Ready for the horse. One bolt there, and the mount, the side mount. So what I'm going to do is roll my engine hoist. Go ahead and set my engine hoist up. It's kind of hard to guesstimate how much slack you're going to need. Like, I don't yank these out every day, so it's all trial and error. But, engine come out same as mostly all of them. They all got to come out. They all got to be unhooked from the transmission and come out some way, form, or another. You just gotta make adjustments as you go. Alright, so let's jack this off. Yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere. So guys, what I'm gonna do, let me go ahead and get this bolt off down here. Just gotta remember to get there, and I'm gonna unhook this one. Alright, I felt it. I just separated from the transmission. Now I'm gonna hook this last one, and then I'm gonna go to air brake, so I can start jacking the engine out. I cannot hold a cell phone or camera while I do this, but I'll just set it up somewhere so y'all can see the removal process. Some people like to watch this. That is the last thing that was holding the engine to the body. Alright, so this joker should be. There you go. Y'all see that? It's nothing holding that. Alright guys, when I get some time, I'm going to take everything loose, show you guys the timing setup. Because and we're going to find out why it seized up in the first place. Alright, I know a lot of us was guessing, guesstimating, maybe a rod bent, things like that. And very well could be that. That could be the problem, but we're going to find out. I got burnt by guessing enough this week. Alright, so what I'm going to do is set the camera down, guys, and we're going to get this engine out. Alright guys, I finally got it out. As you can see, this thing, look at that, water still coming out. Wow. So, wow, what is this water running from? Let me see some. Y'all see all that water down there? That could have easily seeped into the intake and hydrolock. Well, I done all the inspection and diagnosis I'm gonna do on this engine because I simply have to replace it. But now I'm at the point where I'm just curious. You ever been curious? Curiosity is just eating at you. Look at all that water. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot compress water. Look at them pistons. I mean, look at those valves. Rusted, like. Alright, well, enough playing around. So, what I'm going to do is shut this video down and prep the new engine. Well, not new engine, the used engine to go in. And I'm going to wrap this up, guys. So, I will catch y'all in the next video.